Hey there, Dr. Rob, the car doctor here with Integrity Auto Care in Hillsboro, Oregon. And today's case study is a 2006 Mini Cooper. And this video is going to be on a showcase how we fixed a tricky charging system problem with my brand new MaxiCom Autel scanner, and showcase another couple tools we use to do it. So my main goal with these videos is to show other technicians and shop owners how to become the car doctor, gain people's trust, so we can also start talking about the same terminology so customers trust us more. So once again, charging system problem. So let's jump right into it. So step number one, you have to have a good work order that is clearly describe the problem. So customer states the engine has been jump started. All the dash lights are coming on. The vehicle's losing electrical power. Suspects alternator issue towed in. Perform level 2 diagnostics testing. So right away, we got the customer's approval for 2 hours worth of testing, which allows us to do a thorough test. So we're not going to be expensive parts changers. And one of the things we do, one of the systems that I've developed is it's called levels of diagnostics. And we basically, this is what I train my techs with and customers to say, hey, we're the car doctors. We want to gain your trust. Number one, gain your trust with clear and honest communication on what it really takes to diagnose, repair today's crazy complex vehicle. So if you take the time to educate your customers, train your team on levels of diagnostics, invest in the proper equipment, verify your repair, you will have lots of happy customers. So number one, good description of what's going on. Number two, level 2 diagnostics to follow. And then number three, you really have to invest in a good scanner. This is actually my second Autel scanner. I'm very impressed with the first one was impressive about 5 years ago. This one's even better. Very lightweight, fast, and has lots of information. So talking about information, the very first thing you have to have along with a good scanner is a good information system that supports you out in the field. We use Identifix, that's one of ours right here. There was actually a hit on it on what to do. I'm not going to get into too great a detail there, but you basically have to have the troubleshooting information that guides you. And what I did was then went to Mitchell On Demand, has really good wiring diagrams. So I printed out the circuit and basically made sure that even as complex as vehicles are today, there's still simple tests you can do. Is the battery good? Yes. Is the power getting to the alternator? Are the fuses good? Is the computer controlling what it, get this right, yes. Is the computer sending the correct signal to the alternator? So you actually have a computer controlled alternator. So you need to make sure the basics are there, powers, grounds, things like that. And then also document these testing while you're going through and tell the story, share the story. We use bolt-on technology, and I'll show you just a quick overview of what it looks like when the customer gets it. So I use my digital inspection tablet. If you're not using digital inspections, highly recommend you start doing it. So bolt-on is great. I put my story in there. It now texts. I know what you're thinking. Spend the time to tell the story. You will get paid properly, ethically, of course. So we've got a good story there. Customer gets a texted version of this. And look at that. Gets their health check off. The story. You know, they say a picture sells 1,000 words, or a picture says 1,000 words. Let me scroll down here. Well, imagine all these pictures with a story as well that the customer goes through. He sees exactly the test that I'm doing with a story attached too. So that's the power in that. Now, I don't want to make these videos too long. We're approaching 5 minutes. So just a recap of teaching you how to diagnose today's crazy complex vehicles and the equipment you need. So real quick, just to wrap it up, I was able to verify the powers and grounds were good. And with my Autel scanner, I was able to say, is this computer commanding the alternator properly. And right on my scanner, check this out. Charging voltage, alternator load. Now I don't have the vehicle running for the training purposes, but when I was running it, alternator was 100%. Battery voltage was still low. Took a picture of that. Now here's a tip too that I want to share. This is real world telling the truth. To check these wires, you have to practically take the alternator out. So what I told the customer was this, is hey, all the tests I did, and then I said, technician recommends removing alternator, checking powers, grounds at alternator plug, which are inaccessible until components are removed. And if the wiring is good, then replace the alternator and the belt as well. So that's how you can tell the truth, because you cannot get to these wires without removing stuff. So basically, tell the truth, have a really good system to follow, levels of diagnostics, really good input information, what you're going, and then share that, take the time to share that story with your customers versus via a digital inspection. And I'm telling you from experience, you will knock their socks off. So once again, Dr. Rob, Integrity Auto Care here in Hillsboro, Oregon. I got to get home because it's 6 o'clock, it's pizza night. So that's it, pretty much the tools it takes, the systems, the testing to gain customers' trust. Okay, take care. Dr. Rob, the Car Doctor, over and out.